Hey everyone, and welcome to another in-depth guide here on my channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the RC tank that was released just a couple of days ago in GTA Online. We're going to go over its armor, all 4 of its weapons, and their individual stats, and then some general things to know about the vehicle. Let's start off with the armor. It's not as armored as it was in my video that I did on it a little while ago when I was in single player on PC. It only takes 5 rockets for it to blow up, and it's universal, so either 5 homing rockets or 5 RPGs will do the trick. This vehicle is not stored anywhere, you just call it in through your interaction menu from the same place you call in your RC Bandito from, and after it is destroyed there is a 2-minute cooldown before you can call it in again. The jump mechanic on this vehicle is very useful. It is way higher than the RC Bandito's jump, and this can help you evade rockets from players trying to blow you up, or it can help you climb over walls and other obstacles to traverse the map. Also, you can jump every 5 seconds, so it's not too bad of a cooldown there either. The mid-air control of the tank is a little weird, I will say. You can do a perfect front flip if you drive straight and aim straight and down the whole time. But what usually happens is when you get upside down in mid-air, the tank will switch directions and then land facing the other way, which isn't all that useful. Now getting into each of the individual weapons, let's first go over the one that comes default on it, which is the machine gun. This will kill a player in 14 shots to the body, which is kind of a lot considering it has a very low rate of fire of around 230 RPM. It shoots very slow, and it doesn't do a lot of damage, which is not a very good combination. It will one-shot a player to the head up until 22 meters out, so you have to be fairly close if you want to be lethal to a player with this weapon. However, you will be able to damage a player up to 100 meters out, which is almost as much as the standard machine guns, assault rifles, and pistols that you can use on the weapon wheel on foot. This machine gun is absolutely horrible at blowing up vehicles. It takes forever to blow up even regular civilian vehicles, so I do not recommend it for that. Now let's compare this stock weapon to the plasma cannon, which is another machine gun style weapon, but with a few drastic differences. The plasma gun will kill a player in 12 shots to the body, unlike the 14 of the stock gun. And on top of that, it shoots much faster, so fast that it's impossible for me to calculate a rate of fire value. So already it's going to have a faster time to kill than the stock machine gun. The maximum range is exactly the same as the stock gun. The plasma gun can shoot a maximum of 100 meters away. However, it can one-shot a player to the head from 25 meters away, which is a little more than the stock gun. So essentially, the plasma gun is just a way better version of the stock machine gun. There would be absolutely no reason why you would go for the stock one over the plasma gun, unless money is an issue, because the plasma gun does cost over $200,000 to equip. One more thing to note about both the stock and the plasma guns is that you can drop BST before requesting the tank, and then for that minute you have BST, you will be able to do double damage with the plasma and stock machine guns, so do with that what you will. Up next we have the Flamethrower. This one will be rather quick to go over. So the Flamethrower time to kill is absolutely abysmal. It takes forever to kill a player with it. Its range is also terrible. You have to be within 14 meters from the target to even set them on fire and do damage to them, which is most likely never going to happen because the RC tank is super slow. The only thing it is somewhat good at is blowing up vehicles, but there are far too many downsides for this weapon to be worth it. And even with the blowing up vehicles thing, you have to be so close to them that you're going to take damage from the explosion, so there's kind of no point. And lastly, that leaves the rockets, which are the most interesting weapon out of the bunch in my opinion. The rockets operate kind of unique. If you direct impact a player, you will one-shot them. If you manage to hit them with the very small blast radius, it will most of the time be a 2-shot, but I've seen 3 shots occur. You're most likely going to get a kill if you land 1 shot though, because they ragdoll from being hit by the missile. The range of the rockets are very short. They only travel 34 meters before blowing up, and they travel very slowly. They're much slower than your typical homing launcher or RPG speed. The rate of fire is also very slow. I calculated it to be around 27 RPM, so you can't dish out the pressure with this weapon choice, unlike the plasma cannon, because you can only shoot once every few seconds. The rocket launcher is pretty bad at blowing up vehicles too. It's basically like shooting a car with an explosive sniper. Regular civilian cars blow up in 2 shots, and player cars that have armor will take even more. I've seen a lot of people say that this tank was going to be like really overpowered and is just really annoying to fight against. With the missiles, I don't really see that being the case. The missiles are not overpowered at all. They're actually kind of hard to use. Like, they take a lot of aim because you can't just rely on a blast radius for your kill. You have to actually get really close to them, which also isn't the easiest thing to do considering how slow the missiles are. If I were to rank the weapons from best to worst based on the information I just went over, I would probably have to list the plasma gun as the best weapon because of its long range potential and high rate of fire. The rockets in second place with the high damage to players on foot. These would be number 1, but the short range really hinders them. In third place, I would put the stock machine gun because it's basically a worse version of the plasma gun, but it still has that long range potential. And in last place, the flamethrower because it basically sucks. You might as well call it a flame tosser with that short range. Before I end the video, there's one more thing that you need to be aware of with this vehicle. The same glitch can be done with this as the RC Bandito, except there are a couple of differences this time. Number 1, you can actually see who is getting out of the RC tank. If they do this glitch in the Bandito, they will be invisible to everyone else, but not in the tank. This helps in defeating players who use this because you can carjack them now if you want, and it will end their glitch if they aren't holding down the D-pad. The second thing now is they can use weapons in vehicles, so it makes it a lot more dangerous because they can be off the radar in another weaponized vehicle if they wanted to, going on a rampage while in God mode, so yeah, just be aware of that. Anyways, that is going to be all for this video. If you guys enjoyed or found it helpful, feel free to leave a like, as well as subscribe to my channel for more Diamond Casino Heist content. Let me know in the comment section what weapon is your favorite to use on the RC tank, and as always, thanks for watching and have a great day.